In this video, we're talking about innovative marketing strategies. I have to say, I always look for silver linings, and the silver lining for 2020 was so many people ended up moving online for more of their life and their business and their social interactions. So online businesses have seen a huge boom, and that means the innovation of marketing has had to really pick up speed, and we've seen some incredible innovations in the world of digital marketing, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. The cutting edge of marketing is literally at our fingertips. And what's really cool is so many of the tools and strategies and tactics that are being put out there by huge companies with massive budgets are actually accessible to small businesses and solopreneurs, to online coaches, and to speakers and teachers and course creators as well. It's pretty friggin' cool that a person who's working at their kitchen table or in their brand new home office can use the same tools as the president and CEO in the corner suite of a huge multinational company. That's pretty cool. So this video, I'm going to show you how to use those and so much more. We're going to talk about the end of marketing as we know it. I'm going to prove to you that the early bird always gets the worm and that it's time to stop overthinking it. So if you want to be at the cutting edge of digital marketing in 2021, you have to be ready for third-party cookies to be completely disabled. We've seen the beginnings of this already. So if your marketing strategy is still relying on those same niche targeting aspects and niche targeting strategies that we used to use when we had incredible access to people's data, we have to start thinking differently. So we have to start utilizing a different way of thinking and different strategies to start being able to speak to our dream customers without having the same access to the same types of information. So think about different ways in which you can qualify your clients. This means if you still are relying on having just a website, you're going to die. You are going to fall off this cliff very, very soon. You are going to literally fall off of the cutting edge. Because if you are still relying on those old strategies of having a website, which is pretty much a brochure, and fingers crossed your customer will come back and when they see what they've wanted in the mass of everything you've put on your website, if you're still relying on that website rather than having a well-designed funnel structure, a well-designed strategy that's going to walk your customers from initial introduction into your highest ticket programs, you're going to fall off the edge. So make sure that your marketing strategies, no matter how big or small they are, takes that into consideration. And what you should also take into consideration is hitting that subscribe button, joining us here on the channel. We release new videos every single week, and I want you guys to learn from them. I mentioned earlier that the early bird gets the worm, and that is so true. Early adopters of new technologies tend to be the ones that grow their followings quickest and end up being the ones with millions of followers on these brand new platforms. So look at what the cutting edge is right now. What's big and booming in the app world right now are audio-only apps like Clubhouse, and Twitter came out with one, and Spotify came out with one, and Facebook's coming out with one. All of these spaces are places where we can interact with audio only. So those same tricks of charisma, those same tricks of influence are going to be played out on these platforms. But this time we don't have to do our makeup, and we definitely can stay in bed and in our pajamas. I can attest to this. I did this for a few weeks and it was fantastic. So look at how you can utilize those incredibly rich, growing communities on these new platforms. How can you establish yourself? The way that I looked at 2020 when everything was rather difficult and industries were shutting down and new industries were popping up is I had this idea that the world world was literally shaking and everything was crumbling down. And those who had decided that they were brave enough to walk into the fields as the debris was falling were the ones who were able to establish their footings first. They end up with the solid foundation, and they are the ones who are thriving as everyone else is trying to pull the rebel apart and try and get back to something that we used to have. So establish yourself, see what the new trends in apps are, see what the new trends in technology is, see what the new physical technologies are, and utilize those in your business and in your marketing strategy as well. Clubhouse is a beautiful place to find ideal customers, to connect with other experts and JV partners in your industry and in your niche. And I definitely want you guys to join me. So if you're on Clubhouse, if you're on any of these audio only apps, or if you have a fantastic app suggestion, then drop those down in the comments below. I want to hear them, and I know our community members want to hear them. Now, the coolest part about emerging technologies in the marketing world and in the digital marketing world specifically, and the fact that these are tools that are at our fingertips that we can use for free or for very, very low entry costs, is the fact that we can use artificial intelligence. And artificial intelligence, or AI, is being used in so many different ways, from copywriting. You can literally have your sales copy written by an AI bot that specifically looks to create conversion-based content. Amazing. You can have an AI run your chat bot and interact with your customers, continuing to learn from every single one of those interactions. You can have AI come up with your design. You can have AI literally run the communications with all of your customers in your business if you are brave enough to hand it all over to a computer. But whatever level of entry you're interested in, whatever task is the most burdensome on your time as an entrepreneur, you can literally hand it off to a computer now. I think that's pretty crazy. I think it's pretty incredible to see. It's not just robots in big companies like Amazon. It's companies like mine that are run out of my basement. And it's companies like some of my clients who run their companies off of a laptop so that they can drive around the country with their kids. It's incredible how AI and how artificial intelligence is the cutting edge of marketing. And I think that's just so cool. And I also have a whole bunch of other things that I think are super cool that I've put together in a vault, secret training vault, just for you guys, and you can have access to it absolutely free. Just click the link down below. It's called Visibility Hacking Secrets, and it'll tell you about all of the cutting edge strategies that are letting small businesses, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, coaches, speakers level up their influence, their authority, and their income online so that they can run businesses that are on their schedule, so that they're waking up, spending their energy and their time devoted to what matters most to them. Be it their family, be it their community, be it taking care of their pets or their families or vacation time or whatever is important to you. So check that link down below. Join us for that training. And in the meantime, check out one of these videos and I will see you soon.